As you know by now, the visual aspects of your performance are crucial. And if you're a keyboard player, I get you asking me all the time, what do I do? Because I'm stuck behind my keyboards. Valid question. You're not as flexible as maybe the guitar player or the singer, but there are things you can do. So I'm gonna run over 3 basic things you can start implementing now to change all that and make yourself more visual, because remember that 55% of what the crowd gets from the stage is visual. So that's going to help your engagement with the audience. The more things you can do, the more you can be visual, will help that. So first of all, I want you to think about how you position your keyboard. Position it to where you can either stand comfortably at the keyboard, it's the right height to stand, or pull up a stool and sit at kind of lean on the edge of it. So that for the more chill songs, you're sitting, it feels more chill because you're sitting down. And then for the aggressive songs, back up and you can move a little bit. I worked with one keyboard player, solo artist, who had 2 keyboards. One was, they were positioned in a V. The one on this side was set higher and he stood at that one. And the one on this side was set lower, like a piano height. And he sat on a little piano bench to play on that one. So not only visually was it different, but sound-wise, he used this one in a more acoustic piano sound, and this keyboard a more electronics stuff. He was doing more pop things. So it worked really well and added some variety to his set. So next, I want you to pay attention to your stance at the keyboard when you're standing. I'm big on the stance thing because it can show big and aggressive. It can show small and soft. So at the keyboard, hopefully you've got an angle to where the crowd can see more of you. But stagger your stance like this, whichever foot forward. That's going to allow you to kind of get some movement going. You can lean into it, lean down, lean back, all that. So this doesn't allow you to do too much, right? And a lot of times they can't see your hands, so some of that body movement is huge. Speaking of your hands, we want to get visual with our hands a little bit more. So, because like I said, it's all right here, and if there's a part of the keyboard that blocks that even more, then it's even more important to try some things like this. So, say you've got an aggressive piece where you're like sliding off the keys, to get visual, let that arm kind of follow through and up and off, those kind of things. If it's a quiet pause or a sustain, either at the end of the song or in the middle of the song where it just sustains, maybe just let your hands lift off. And that builds the anticipation for what's next. If it's at the end of the song, you lift off and hold it, and then just your arms down, and then the crowd knows the song is over. So those little things people will key into. Also visually with, sometimes get your face down to the keyboard. Something really hard and intricate, you might want to just really get your face into the keys and create that tension or that angst or whatever it is, the sweetness, softness, all those things. The visual cues will help connect what they're hearing. I hope that makes sense. And then the last thing you can do, not the end all last thing, but the one last thing I'll address today is getting out from behind the keyboards. Okay? Take the time. If you've got a song set up, get out from behind it. Take your mic, go up to the front of the stage, talk to the audience, set up the song, and then time it to where you're still talking as you're walking back to the keys, and then mic back in and you're back playing. Okay? The other thing you could do is if you've got a rhythmic song that works to get the audience clapping along to, you know, you start it and you get them clapping, keep them going. Once they're in, then you can take the mic out, come up front, maybe do a call and response, keep them going if they're lagging a little bit, but just take that time to just be out there and singing with them or clapping along with them, whatever it is. Those chances are great to get an escape from behind your little domain back here. So all those things are going to add to your performance. So get on it, work on it, and best of luck. Thanks.